first one, exposure, and it was a calming. And you notice how at the beginning he was moving around and his head was
agitated.
But now after the first exposure, he's happy as can
looking
be.
pretty content right now.
He probably wants a little nap.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do now is just kind of give him one more exposure over here. And this just kind of puts him into more of a motivated state, or kind of a happier mood. So with his procedure that he had, he's going to focus on his well-being instead of the pain and stuff.
And that's the one that he had after the procedure on Friday, correct?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So you talk about how things were prior to your first experience, because this is your second baby that had a tongue tie release.
Yes, with Dr. Murphy.
Yes, and you can look into the camera and just kind of talk about how things were with the first one, and then how much better you noticed with the treatment, with the
second
neurofeedback.
So with my first, he had the typical agitated 12-hour mark. We were using like natural remedies for pain relief, but we definitely had to be on top of it because he was pretty upset and just had more fussy nursing sessions. We were getting through it, but I kind of had expected that. So with this one, we came in, got the procedure done, and then about 20 minutes post-procedure had the IASIS treatment. And that was to just kind of recenter him, help him calm down and deal with the pain a little bit better. And honestly, I would have not known that he had a medical procedure. Afterward, he slept great that night, had a good weekend after the procedure was done. And aside from what we do post-procedure with tongue stretching, he's not been any different afterwards. So I'm pretty happy with the results from having it done after he had his procedure done. He's doing really well, and it's definitely, I really wish that we'd had access to this or known about it after my little guy, my first tongue tie baby had his procedure done, because I was an anxious mess. I would have really benefited from having that procedure done to calm
And then you
down.
also received a treatment yourself on Friday.
Yes, I did, before the tongue tie release. I was pretty anxious about it because of our past experience. So I felt pretty good afterward. I wasn't as worried as I had been about stretching and wound care with my first tongue tie baby. So.
And you felt more alert?
I did, actually. Yes, I was a little bit more, I felt like I'd had a cup of coffee that I hadn't had in the morning. So it was good.
Yeah.
I felt good.
And you slept well?
I did. I slept well. No waking up anxious or anything like that. I feel like I've done really well after the treatment.
And there's no worries about exposing him to anything that you're concerned about, because it is such a small microcurrent, picocurrent, in fact, right?
It's 1 pico, which is actually a trillionth of a current that a battery would do, or a millionth of a current of a cell phone.
Which, I mean, I'm like on my phone nursing him, so I'm exposing him to
more
frequently.
Using your phone.
Yes.
Yeah, on a regular basis. And yeah, I mean, we can tell personally, hearing Evie's testimony about how much better he handled the wound care over the weekend has been remarkable for us. So we're excited, and we think that this would benefit every mom and every baby, and actually every person. It treats PTSD, it treats autism, it treats anxiety and depression, pretty much chronic pain, pretty much a lot of things that you could think of. It would help each person, right? Yeah. Thank you.
Right now.
Yeah, thank you.
And you reported breastfeeding went from good to effortless.
Yes.
And you noticed the tongue sticking out further, that the undulation of the tongue was perfect?
Yes. I mean, he's doing really well considering.
Oops, sorry.
So it would appear that the decreased emotional response to the wound care is allowing you to actually be more effective in doing the wound care.
I would say so, yeah. Honestly, that's a good point. I'm less anxious going into stretching him, which I had been in the past, which I know when you're in a heightened state, you're not going to do things correctly. And our first tongue tie baby had to be reopened twice, so we'll just leave that at that. So hopefully this guy will not have that.
He won't. You're doing such an amazing job. And with good follow-up care, we see you every few days to make sure everything's going well. Thank you.
He is. Ready to take a nap?
Get it all?
I hope so. That
Still.
It should